Happy blessed Sunday, ladies. I'm Katina Horton, the Love and Freedom Toxic Relationship Recovery Coach. And a lot of times we are not honest with ourselves, okay? And when I say honest with ourselves, a lot of times that toxic relationship that we were in, or that either you were in or you are still in, you'll say, well, you know what, this is the final straw. He done cheated on me and, just have degraded me. And he's told everybody all these lies on me. He's called up his mama and his daddy and told them I've been doing this, that, and the other. So it's over. When you're honest with yourself, you really look at the situation and say, is this really why it's over? Is that really why it's over? No, to be honest, the real reason why it's over is God has allowed it to get to a point that it's so bad, right? Because you didn't have the courage to come out of it. It's been bad all along. You see what I'm saying? Because it started off as subtle abuse, him saying different things to you about other women as you were watching TV, oh, look at them, she's got this and that on her. You knowing that something inside doesn't feel quite right and you dismiss it, right? So it started off as that. Then it went to him comparing you to his colleagues. And then it went on to devaluing and belittling your work, your ministry, your purpose, what it is that you're doing when it comes to your children, all of that. So it had been bad all along. But what happened is that you were lying to yourself. You didn't have the courage to go ahead and leave and do what it was you knew you needed to do. So in some situations, God allows it to get just that bad. And then it's usually at the time where you've gotten some type of outside support from a small group you had just started attending, and you starting to grow spiritually and whatnot. And it was like just a perfect set of conditions between him acting such a fool in the discard phase. Because see, once you're in the discard phase, he totally pulls that mask off. He doesn't care what it is you see. And that's why it seems like the thing is, the situation at that time is so much worse. And that's why you had to get out. It was always there. He was just wearing a mask. And when you wear a mask in front of people, people can hide whatever is really underneath for a long time. But you got to just be honest with yourself and admit the fact these problems have been there all along. The affairs, whether emotional or physical or both, have been there all along. You had just ignored it. You had literally got on the airplane, right, and flown to Fantasy Island. And remember, we talked about Fantasy Island is the place, like the show that used to come on years ago in the 80s, and in the beginning they go, the plane. And he would welcome people to Fantasy Island, right? But Fantasy Island was a place where you can go and have all your dreams and everything to come true. That wasn't a permanent place. But what you did in that relationship, you made Fantasy Island a permanent place, literally, right? You went into magical thinking land, making Fantasy Island a permanent place. And you imagine him holding your hands, imagine him loving you, imagine him reciprocating that give and take, right? You imagine him kissing you and doing all the things that a husband / partner would do in a relationship. But what you were in was a situationship / manipulationship. And all of this stuff, once he decided with this last affair to pull the mask off, right? In the discard phase, he just let it all hang out. But it had been there all along. The abuse had been there all along. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes we got to get to the point where we've got to just be honest with ourselves and knowing that this whole situation had been miserable all along. But because you chose to escape from it through magical thinking and living on Fantasy Island, you made it what it is that you wanted it to be, not the revelation that the Holy Spirit was indeed trying to give to you, the real picture. If you have more questions, head to thevalleyofgrace.com and you can check out the books, book a call, etc. Be blessed.